as you can hear, the interview has already started. Welcome back in. We're wrapping up the web chats, our final set of interviews before we turn things over to our special on BYU independence. That's coming up at 2:30 Mountain Time, 4:30 Eastern on BYU TV. In the meantime, we got the guys up front. We've got the offensive linemen, Joe Tukuafu, Harris LaChance, Connor Pay, joining me here. Guys, thank you for doing this. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Is Media Day treating you well?
Very well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's been fun so far.
Vibe.
Yeah. What's been the number one question you've been asked, Connor? I got to imagine you're getting a lot of repeat questions. What's the one that keeps coming up?
Expectations for us as no line's probably the one that I've gotten the most so far.
What are expectations?
Well, I mean, we have a lot of returning experience, so the expectations are high, and we have a lot of talent and a lot of really good players, but we have a lot of guys who are willing to work hard, and that's, I think, what I'm most excited about is we have a good combination of experience and young guys, but also guys who are willing to work, because if you don't put in the work, you're going to have a bust of a season. So I think the expectations can be high, and we know that we can play well, and that motivates us to work even harder as we go through the summer and prepare for the season.
So, Joe and Harris, I'll ask both of you guys this question. Earlier today on BYU Sports Nation, Jaron was on with Spencer and Jerem, and they were talking about how, Mel Kiper has Jaron listed as the sixth best quarterback prospect, and he's like, I don't want to hear it. It's poison. Offensive line is getting a lot of love, and it deserves a lot of love because you guys have been phenomenal and expect it to be the same this year. How much of that do you embrace? How much of that do you acknowledge? How do you guys handle that part of things? All of the accolades and the expectations from outside?
Nothing really. I don't know. I don't really pay attention a lot to what the media says, whether it's good or bad. I just like having fun, doing my own thing. As long as the boys are getting along and we're doing well, I think that's what I look forward to the most. I don't know. What do you think, Joe?
What about Joe?
Yeah, I agree. I'm kind of the same way. I don't like to look forward to that kind of stuff. More so the fact of how can I be more consistent, because that's really what's going to have people talking about the offensive line is how we can be consistent and be consistent as one and as a unit and as a group. So and Connor just touched, I feel like we have enough experience in the room to where everybody knows where the expectation is set, and we have people willing to work. So,
maybe you just answered it there. You've talked about consistency and that kind of stuff. Obviously, the talent is there. What do you think has led to the offensive line being as successful as it has? For any of you guys, is there anything that stands out as to maybe why that's been the case?
I think in recent years, especially maybe the last 4 or 5, I mean, Harris has been here and Joe have been here kind of that whole stretch, so they may be able to answer it better, but I feel like there's been a really high level of accountability on the offensive line in recent years, where the standard is very high and we all hold each other to that standard, to where it's not just the coaches all the time getting on us for not doing things the way they should be done. It's each other, or the ones getting on each other and being able to hold each other accountable, and then also being humble enough to receive that when your teammates are critical of something that you're doing that needs to be fixed, and say, you're right, okay, let's do it, let's fix it, and let's move on and get better. I think, at least for me, that's something I definitely noticed when I first got into the O-line room, that there was high expectations and a really high level of accountability of just nobody's too good to not take a piece of coaching from any person in the O-line room, regardless of if they're a brand new freshman or a senior. And I don't know, I think that's kind of what's led to maybe playing consistently well, is our willingness to hold each other accountable. I don't know if you guys have anything else.
Yeah, I'd just say like we, with the amount of experience and playing time that has been here throughout the past years, there's been a pride of player-to-player coaching on the offensive line and even on the team. And so it takes a lot of humility for another player to accept coaching from another player. And so I think our team is really humble. The offensive line is really humble to accept coaching from other players that have seen it, that have been through it, that have been through different defenses and played against different defenses and seen different schemes, and so player-to-player coaching is a big part of our team, and especially on the offensive line.
Before we started the interviews, we were chatting. I had mentioned I liked Harris's his shoes, so I found out that you're a sneakerhead, but you're also very much into hats. And I don't know. I mean, sneakerhead. I don't know if you call hat heads.
I'm a hat head.
I don't know if that's what you call them. But but take me behind, not on the field, as an offensive line group, away from football. What's the group like? So, is there like a guy that's like the funny one? And there's the the class clown.
We talked about players coaching players and accountability,
yeah.
And that's all extremely true. But with that, I think comes some brotherly love, and that's honestly, me and Joe have been here for a while. C-Pate's been here for a minute, and that's what keeps us going. It can be tough, and being coachable and grinding and getting stronger. It's tough, man. It really is. It's a grind. But when you're with the guys, your brothers that you love, and you're having fun, you're joking around. I think that's honestly, I think that's our key. Is we love each other and we have fun, man, doing it. Like we're just boys, and that's that, man. Like we love talking about like swag and doing things, and people are like, O-line, whatever. There's some big guys, but I think, my personal opinion, we're the coolest ones out there, man, for real. I think we need a little bit more of the spotlight over here. I'm speaking for everybody, but I'm going to say it right now.
So, look, the offensive line, generally speaking, doesn't want the spotlight. But you're going the other direction.
I'm just saying, hey, give credit where it's due, man. We're busting our butts out here, bro.
Play in and play out.
Exactly, yeah. We're in the trenches, man. We could be better than that.
48-minute wrestle.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, let's follow up on that point. How much pride do you take in what the offense has done over the last couple of years? Because this offense, and I've talked about this with a couple of other groups today, the precedent has been set for how high of a level this offense plays at. How much pride do you take with what you've seen and these guys going to the NFL and all of the production? How much pride is there in that for you guys? For any of you?
Personally, I take more pride in playing together as a team and playing as one more than pride in the offensive line, taking a lot of the credit or one individual. The past couple of years, those teams were made up of great players that have paid the price from when they were freshmen, and so it's just a continuing build off of that, and there's just great talent. Tyler Algier, 1,600 yards, and so it's good to see the skilled players put up great numbers, and that's just heartwarming for an offensive lineman to see the skilled players ball. And so,
what about you, Connor?
I mean, we take a lot of pride in playing well because we work very hard every day to play the best we can possibly play. But I think what Joe said is huge, that we take far more pride in how we play as a team. Our defense gives us confidence, and vice versa. When they get a quick 3 and out, they come off the field and we say, hey, we got you, we're going to go score points. Or if we get stopped and we come off the field, the defense saying, hey, we've got your back, we're going to go shut them down and get you guys back on the field. That team play and being able to, kind of give confidence to each other and play well as an entire team, I think we take more pride in that than anything else, than any individual accolades or even position group accolades. It all comes down to the success of the team. So,
Harris, I'm curious if you guys will stay close to what I've heard, because there's been one team that's been mentioned more than the other. Is there a game on this schedule? It's another tough schedule. It seems like we talk about that every year. The schedule keeps getting tougher. Oh, this is going to be the toughest one yet. Right. Is there a specific game you're looking forward to more than the other? I realize they're all important. They're all important. You want to win them all. But is there one that you're like, yeah, that's one I'm really looking forward to?
I've got a couple.
What would you say?
Obviously the Baylor game.
That's the one that gets brought up.
That's a good one. I actually didn't get to play in the Baylor game last year. I was hurt. So that's one of my personal reasons. Also, I'm really excited to play Notre Dame. Yeah. I've grown up, I always watched Notre Dame, so I think they're awesome. I'm excited to play those guys. That'll be fun.
Joe, what about you? Is there a game you're looking forward to?
I would have to just go with South Florida. That was a game in 2019 that I remember very well. I didn't play. It was actually my first game suiting up as an offensive lineman. But I remember the game very well, and that was a loss that kind of shook our team sideways. And so it'll be good to go back out to Tampa to Raymond James and play on that field and in that great stadium and atmosphere. So that's one I can't wait, because it was a game that I felt like we should have won the last time we were there.
Yeah.
And so it'll be good to go back and showcase our talents and prove and do what we can do. And so.
What about you, Connor?
I'd have to agree with both of them. You know, I mean, South Florida is the one that's on our mind right now, because that's game one.
Yep.
But obviously, just because of the relationships we have with some of the people at Baylor, that's a big game. Utah State's a big game. Boise's a big game.
Got a lot of big games this year.
Yeah. I mean, Notre Dame's going to be great, to play a great program, and Arkansas. I mean, the list goes on and on. We're going to have to be ready to go week in and week out.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, our focus is on USF right now. But obviously, there's some personal excitement to some of the games for sure.
Maybe about 15 seconds each. We got about a minute left. Obviously, the theme of this year is the last year as an independent program. What does it mean for you guys to be a part of this last year of independence? What does it mean to be a part of this era coming to an end? Connor, let's start with you.
I mean, it's important to recognize what independence has done for us, but I mean, the reality is not a whole lot's going to change. We're going to be a part of a conference, but we're still going to be playing a really high-level schedule like we have for years. You look at the schedule that we have this year and the amazing teams we get to play all across the country. That schedule was built because of independence.
Yep.
And so obviously, you know, becoming part of a Power 5 conference is huge for the university. But I think for us, it's the same in between the lines, no matter where you go. And so it's going to be really fun to take advantage of playing some cool teams in this last year of independence before we start having a conference schedule every year. But football is still football, regardless of where you play it.
Oh, yeah.
Harris, Joe?
It's been an honor to play for this team, especially kind of wrap up the independent era. I take some pride in that. I take some pride in just being a BYU football player. I love it here. Yeah. I love the O-line, and I love this team. And I think we've learned a lot, and I'm excited to watch this in the Big 12. I think it's going to be awesome.
Joe?